Okay, let's finish off Nim. I will scroll down through this real quick just so you can see if yours looks something like this. We took care of the players winning when the other person takes the last stone. We have a game over outside the main loop. I'm not sure. There we go. What I do care about is this taking illegal stones. Okay. One thing I wanted to point out in the last video is you don't need 3 ors here. If stones to take is, how could I do this with just a single and? If stones to take is greater than, it needs to be greater than or equal to 1 and or. And stones to take is less than or equal to 3. Then break, okay? I only want to do this if there is greater than 1 stone. Okay, and if there isn't greater than 1 stone, I should have ended the game already, but I'm going to assume that part works. And if stones left, let's do it this way. If stones to take, pause right here, see if you can figure out what I'm going to do. They should only be allowed to take 1, 2, or 3 stones if the stones to take is, if the amount of stones they want to take is greater than the stones, or sorry, less than the stones left. Okay, so we're going to have an if inside an if. Ooh. Maybe I'll just and this on. I'm trying to think. I could nest this if inside an if. Remember that we can do that, but I think it's going to be better to and it on. Okay, so let's take this condition. I know there's other ways to do it. Could I do it if else? Well, maybe I'll do it if else. I want to have this first, okay? So if the stones to take is less than the stones to left, they can't take more than they should. I don't break right there though, because that doesn't mean they necessarily took 1, 2, or 3. I should have thought this through before I started the video. Well, let's combine them. I'm going to delete all this. So there's 2 ands in here. Remember that all of them have to be true to break. Okay? And it goes left to right because they're both ands. If I had an or in here, I think the and happens first and the or happens first. But if stones to take is less than stones left and stones to take is greater than or equal to 1 and stones to take is less than or equal to 3. Oh, but that's not going to work because what if? No, that will work. Let's try it. Okay, 10 stones. Nope. 3, 3, 3, 3. And let's go 4 stones. Negative 10 stones, 0 stones, and 1 stone. Now player 2 doesn't have any checks. Player 2 could take as many stones as they want. And we're going to go 0 stones, negative 1 stones, 30 stones. Okay. Let's try to take 3 stones when there's only 1 left. Ooh, I tried to take 1 stone. And what happened? There are 2 stones left. Oh, so I did something wrong here. Let's go see what's wrong. I see right there. There was 1 stone left, and I tried to take 1 stone. Were my stones to take less is 1 the stone I wanted to take less than 1 the stone left? Nah, it needs to be less than or equal to the stones left. Okay. Now we're going to copy this and paste it down in player 2. See if you can. If you're struggling with this, see if you can know where to paste it, okay? Player 2, how many stones to take? We let him try to take a stone. And remember, we while them in here. I'm going to paste it above, I guess. And, yeah, sorry. I guess it goes under. We let him take a stone or try to take a stone. And then if their stones they were taking was legal, we break out. If not, we tell them it was illegal. Whoa. And so I didn't copy the while loop. Let's just copy the whole while loop. I'm going to back up. While true, this is player 1's input loop. Let's actually get rid of Yeah. Stones left. We need right here. Okay. Player 2 input validation loop. Player 2, how many stones to take? Blah, 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 blah. They're only getting out. They're only breaking out if their stones amount was valid. If they did something invalid, we keep continuing on, write illegal stones, and we jump back up to the while loop and keep doing it. Only way they can minus stones from the pile. And maybe I should put a comment here. And print them here left, and if there's less than one, player 2 took less. Let's play a couple games. Player 1, we don't take 5. No, 10. No, negative 10. 3, 3.
Can I have Aaron?
I'll take 3, 3, 2, 3, 0, 1. Okay. And last thing we need to do to polish this off. So test it a few times to make sure yours works. It doesn't have any bugs. Once you start looking at the code after you've read it for written it already, it starts to look impenetrable. Okay, like it starts to look like this is all gibberish. It made sense kind of when we were doing it, but when you close it and come back tomorrow, it's going to look kind of scary. Later on, we're going to put these things, this check here, this input validation loop, in its own function. Put it in a separate block of code, and it's going to be a lot prettier. Okay, it will just have a function, a command called check valid input. Okay, and it will do all this work, and it will return the amount of stones to take only once we have the correct amount, a valid amount of stones. Okay, so it makes our program more readable than just having whiles inside whiles and ifs inside ifs. This is probably one of the hardest programs we could do, or should do, without using our own functions. Okay, and if you don't know what that means, we'll learn in a unit or two from now. Okay, so one last thing is stones left equals 15. No, we need to get a random going. So random, my randish. I'm going to put some other name there so you don't think my rand is magic. Equals a new random class. And then, oops, doesn't equal 15 anymore, equals my randish dot. And can you remember which one? Yeah, it's next, parentheses. Oh, there was 3 versions of next. I wanted one that has min and max. We're going to go between, I think 15 and 30 is what the assignment says. You can do whatever numbers you want. Too many stones, it's just going to be boring for them. But now I run it, and it'll take 3 stones. There are 25 stones left. 2, okay. So that looks like a valid amount of stones. And we're done. I'll scroll down one last time. Some of you, I hope, aren't in the habit of just fast forwarding to the end and seeing what I have here. Remember that the assignment is worth assignment points, 30% of your grade or less. The tests are worth 70% of your grade. So please, as you do this, understand it. I mean, it's hard to look at this code and understand what's going on unless you follow through the video. So let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for watching.